What's up, folks? It's Dan here from BeAGameCharacter.com, where we turn games into games. And today we're going to talk about pull-up alternatives. Now, a very common question that I get is, I don't have a pull-up bar. I can't do pull-ups at my house. How do I work out? What do I substitute in? And the short answer to that question is that there are no pure substitutes for pull-ups. However, if you're not able to get a pull-up bar right away, there are some things you can do until you get one. And I say until you get one because they're like 20 bucks for an indoor model to fit inside your doorway or whatever. They are the single best piece of home exercise equipment you can possibly buy. So make it a final goal of yours to get a pull-up bar in your house somehow, no matter how you have to do it. But until you get one, these are some exercises that you can do to, exercise your lats a bit. And also, these are also not bad exercises to do when you're working up to a full pull-up, before you're able to get a full pull-up on your pull-up bar. Now, I always recommend chair-assisted pull-ups or band-assisted pull-ups if you get pull-up bands by any chance. But you can do these as well as a supplementary exercise to help build up your lats and your biceps to get you stronger, so you are eventually able to do a full pull-up on your pull-up bar. So either use these as a progression or use these as a substitute before you get your own pull-up bar, whatever you got. But these are good exercises to work your lats and also a bit to work your biceps as well. First off, I realize I am recommending a piece of equipment and substitute for another piece of equipment, and if you have no equipment at all, this might not help you. But if you have them available, resistance bands can be a great substitution for pull-ups. They're the most versatile option you're going to have available to you. Granted, if you don't have them lying around, getting resistance bands is usually not that much cheaper than just getting a pull-up bar. And if I had to pick between the two, I'd pick the pull-up bar over the resistance bands. But if you've got them, use them, all right? So what you want to do is you want to put them over something high. Now, right here, obviously, I'm using the cage for my power rack, but you can do these in a doorway as well. In fact, here, we'll show that. We'll show that right now. We've moved my camera over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the very top of the resistance band above the doorway here, and then I'm going to close the door. All right? And that should hold it in place. Now, obviously, you want to be careful. You don't want to pull the resistance band into your face in the off chance that it does slip free. Keep an eye on it. But you can just put them into a doorway like this and close the door, and you should have a good enough grip on there to keep it in place. Now, you can do basically any motion that you want with these and work your back to some extent. But some of the best exercises to do is to do a low pull, where you have your hands in close and you pull down until they get to your chest. You want to get them down at the bottom of your rib cage as best you can. All right. Notice my elbows are staying tight and not floating them out to the side. I pull them down like this. All right. You can do a high pull like this. You step further away from the door. All right, and you pull them back towards your forehead like that, all right? That's going to work your lats less and your rear delts and traps and upper back a little bit more, your rhomboids as well. You can do a wide pull like this, where you pull your arms wide to the side, like so. All right, you keep your arms not locked but straight, and you pull down to the pinkies, like that. And you can also do a far pull like this, where you pull up here, and this one you do bring your elbows out to the side, and back like this. A little different from the low pull like this. Go out to the side like that. Now, you can do 1, 2, all of these, whatever you want to do when you're swapping them in for a pull-up. I mean, they're not exactly the same, but they will work your muscles accordingly. It's the same muscle group. And on top of that, this can be a lot easier and more accessible to people than starting off with a full pull-up. Another option is a doorway row. I apologize, the bathroom is the only doorway we got here. But a doorway row, you're going to put your hands on the inside of the door like this, and you're going to pull up like that. All right, you can go further back. You can work your fingertips if you got them on the door jamb like this. And you can gradually work it so your feet get lower, like so, and you get a little more work like that. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. Your hands are probably going to be a little wide to get full range of motion. And on top of that, facing them outwards like this kind of changes up the mechanics of the exercise a bit. But again, these are just things that we can possibly do until we get a pull-up bar, which of course we're working towards, right? Now this next exercise is actually going to look kind of silly, but it works as well. This is a floor pull, okay? And you can do this on any floor. It's actually going to be easier on a hardwood floor like this than if you have like a carpeted floor at home. But all you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your stomach. You're going to reach your hands out high with your palms flat like this, and you're going to pull yourself forward like that. And you can either continue to pull yourself across the floor, or you can push yourself back like this, which will work your shoulders a bit too. But again, you're down, and you want to pull yourself like this, boom, up, and then you can push yourself back down again. Now, like I said, harder on a carpeted floor because obviously you have more friction. You want to make sure also that you're not going to use your toes to push yourself forwards. That's cheating, all right? Hands out, flat pull, and push back again, like so. Now this last one can be a little tricky. It's a little risky the first time you try. You're going to have to make sure you find a good sturdy surface for it. But if you have a sturdy, heavy table or a railing of some sort available to you that's kind of low to the ground like this, you can also perform rows on your table or railing like so. You're just going to extend your feet out, arms straight, you're going to pull yourself up and back down again. You're either going to hook over a table or you're going to hook over a railing, or you can have maybe a set of chairs that you put weights on or something like that. Anything that's sturdy enough to support your weight and allow you to pull yourself up like that without flipping over. So those are some of my best recommendations for what you can do to substitute in pull-ups using what you've got available at your house. Obviously, if you have like weights available, you've got a lot more options. You can do deadlifts, you can do rows if you have a barbell or dumbbells, either bent over rows, or you can do a one-arm rows and stuff like that, anything worth the lats like that. But chances are if you have those equipment, you're not going to have a hard time coming by a pull-up bar either. So, whatever. And also, keep in mind, you don't necessarily have to have a pull-up bar in your house. Like, most playgrounds have equipment you can use. If there's a tree outside with a sturdy branch, you can use that. You can tie rope around anything solid and above your height and use that for pull-ups, whatever you've got. So get creative. The idea is you want to do something that replicates a pulling motion, either a downward pulling motion or a lateral pulling motion to work those lats, okay? And then eventually, yes, get yourself a pull-up bar because you deserve it. Also, a shout out to Reginald for putting this idea in my head. Reginald is a young reader of Be a Game Character who found the blog and messaged me saying, hey, I'd like to get in shape. I want to do a workout that you suggest, but I can't do pull-ups. What do I do? So Reginald, thank you so much for emailing and for asking questions. I'm glad I could help you out. I hope these help you, and I do hope you get your own pull-up bar someday. So thank you for watching. As always, remember to live boldly, change the world, and continue to be awesome. Bye-bye.
Listen!